Alright, yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the solar system series of Up in the Air, where we talk about the air signs up in the air. Now, I know, once again, I'm at my weak ass spot. That isn't, it's not a mountain, it's not a fucking tree, and it's not nothing, but it's raining outside, so yeah, I'm gonna be up in a loft or something, because fuck that rain. Anyways, let's get on to it, man. So, if you are a sun sign Gemini, then that means you have this Earth placement, which is in Sagittarius, because Earth is at the opposite point of a sun, and it's a planet just like any other one in our solar system. So why not account for its influences? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So with this being the opposite planet, this being like at the opposite position of the sun, it's a pretty easy guess what you can infer that your Earth sign would be. You know what I'm saying? So like, if the sun's in Gemini and you go all the way around your zodiac wheel and you come to that opposite sign, then that means Earth is in Sagittarius, right? So, with that being said, what is Earth in a way? And like, so you can kind of look at your Earth placement as like where all of those seeds of manifestation stop on your solar system on its like bus trip from the astral realm all the way into your reality if you actually take it there. You know what I'm saying? So, you could look at this. You could look at this sort of like. You could look at this like whatchamacallit. You could look at this kind of like your influence to actually experience all signs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be on your way. Like I said, it's going to be on your way to an actual manifestation. So it's sort of like this planet that kind of rules like scheduling, nurturing, and all of these actual things for you to like pay some type of consistent attention to something that you actually enjoy in life, except it'll like manifest for you through the opposite lens, because this is trying to push you to actually go through your life experiencing all signs. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this a little bit. So we know a lot of sun sign Gemini people to be shifty, wild thinkers. Their minds are always going. If they're not talking down here, then they're talking up there, trying to actually like get all these different ideas about a perspective, because the sun is what you consciously see from the world along with how you express yourself, and Earth, like I said, it's the opposite of that. So it's how you actually take in these like vibrations, nurture them, and actually give them, the air, water, fire, and earth that they need to grow and actually have their own life in this realm. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that like, it's like the bridge between world type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like you got the spirit world where all this like mental and like all these feelings go on, and all a bunch of other things, man. Like we, a wise man once said, that's another video. But yeah. So like this opposite sign is like, it's what pushes you to actually go through with all these situations and all these ideas and go like, oh, okay, I thought about this. Now what does it mean? And a lot of people don't really see this aspect of a Gemini that much, because they kind of keep it to themselves, and it's actually when they're by themselves talking to themselves, because damn well that they can't stop talking, So like, if you have a friend, you'll understand, but like, oh my god, these people, it's just always going. And you better hope they don't have like a fire moon to even push them even more, because then it's like, oh god, what are you getting into now? You know what I'm saying? Like, it can go deep, it can go left, it can go right, it can go any direction. But your Earth in Sagittarius is that like meeting point that actually gets you to slow down a little bit and be like, what does this mean? Now, it may not actually like I say slow them down, but I mean it in sort of like a Taurus type of term, because Taurus, like Earth is Taurus's ruler, so this is where I get that from. Oh man, I just made that distinction on air. But yeah, so like this like it'll like make you actually sit down, like pick out one of these ideas that it can be whatever you enjoy. It's whatever you call it, whatever you put the most like. I guess I should say whatever you desire, because like you could feel bad about it, you could feel good about it, and it can be ever present on your mind. And it's just slowly trickling down, planting that seed. You know what I'm saying? So like this could be, man. I just got Gemini real hard. I'm off track. Let me get on track. Yeah, wood grips, Earth, Torah, Gaia. The sign that we're talking about in Sagittarius. So like, yeah, there we go. Okay. So you can look at it like it's taking this idea that you were on and actually just focusing on it and analyzing why this is. And like like I said, you don't really see this a lot of the time because they keep it to themselves. But what they are doing is they actually are diving deep into an idea and finding out like what this really means, you know. So take like, oh, okay, you know, like they're getting a freaking headlamp for some type of camping trip or something, right? And it's just like they're going here, going there, and they look at the word lumens, right? Now they might like go through the situation of actually having something with a low lumen amount and that doesn't produce as much light going through like the whole camping situation. They're like, damn, this isn't that light, you know? But by themselves while they're hiking, they're kind of like going through all this stuff in their mind of where it's just like, man, so 50 lumens wasn't enough. Man, I really needed like 1,000. I got a light. I want to have a whole spotlight going on here. I want to be seeing this, and this. And like on their whole hike, while they're thinking to themselves, it's maybe a quiet, like, you know, low vibration, like, damn, this situation kind of sucks kind of mood. That's when a Gemini is really analyzing why it is this way. Because they are so used to bouncing around, just saying all this shit, experiencing all these thoughts, and just like going through life without actually like sitting down with one and actually just being like, oh, okay, how does this experience expand, you know? And like, I shouldn't say they don't experience it like that, but it's just like they may be so focused on one thing coming from many different perspectives that it's just like they don't care to actually focus on something that they may need to, you know? And like keeping all this is all like self-regulating in a way. Like you'd be surprised like if you're just like thinking about like, oh, I want to think about this person's perspective the whole time and see what this category of person does because this category of person interests me, you know? Like that's what they're really asking these why questions about. But until something like actually goes wrong, they may have not considered a certain thing and just brushed past it. Not to say they didn't think about it, but they just may have brushed past it. You know what I'm saying? Like it really goes deep with your earth sign because it's the actual sign that's actually like pushing you to engage with these like it's the actual sign that's like pushing you to engage with your opposition and trying to make you come full circle with all of these signs. Because if you've experienced your opposite sign, then the likelihood is that all of these other signs won't be as difficult. You feel me in like that situation? You know, like, you kind of get what I'm saying there. Like, cause that's like you really gotta like everybody has this sign no matter what your sun sign is, and I don't mean to say it like everybody has Earth in Sagittarius, but everybody has an opposing Earth sign that is pushing them to go full circle, which is why it's like, you know, we all experience that like, oh, you know, is this the situation I want to be in? Because Earth is really that planet that makes you like sit down, experience the reality, and experiencing like the slow growth of a situation. You know, because this is like how your personal solar system kind of gets you to just, you know, just make sure you're on the right track in a way, because all of those like desires, whether it was happy, scary, creepy, or whatever, will eventually creep up on you because you planted that seed for yourself, you know. So this is like why it's important to know your earth sign, because like for instance in your Gemini perspective, you're talking about all this like perspective stuff, and like maybe you like really like diving deep in like a petty person's perspective, you know, guess what? You're planting that seed for yourself. So you keep wondering all of these whys about like, damn, why is this person doing that bullshit to me? Don't they understand that I'm just speaking from a place of idea rather than a place of like feeling or like this? And then it's like you're just like you'll end up going through the life situation of like, oh shit, you know, I should have like, I guess everybody doesn't actually think like me, and they actually do look at their ideas from a place of either practicality, passion, or emotions, you know. So what I say can hurt people, and maybe I shouldn't spark all of these, you know, tantalating conversations about pettiness and gossip, you know, because it'll maybe make people look at me this type of weird way, and it'll maybe make people not trust me as much, so I can't get all this information that I actually want to, you know. And maybe I should be a little sneakier and a little more considerate and a little more, you know, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like what this like earth placement will likely bring you to the conclusions of, you know. It's like, I don't want to say it's like the dark side of your Gemini sign, but it's like your regulating side. But then again, everybody has the sign, which is why I made that point about Earth. Anyways, you know, Earth in Sagittarius it won't necessarily make you go deep, but it'll make you look at a different side of these ideas and like the way behind the thoughts of how you're conducting yourself a lot differently, you know? Like this is like I said, it's this thing that'll come up, it'll show itself, trust me. Whenever you're just sitting there, like really daydreaming, like, well, I guess looking like you're daydreaming, but you're just like deep in thought going like, man, like just like going back and forth inside your own head. Like that's Earth and Sagittarius talking to you, trying to get you to realize what situations you're about to get yourself into. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's go to the technicals a little bit. Earth is the planet of nurturing, scheduling, and the slow growth process of your manifestation actually reaching its way into this world. it kind of pushes you to experience all signs, because if you experience your opposite sign in some regular capacity, you'll likely be, more inept to, more like able to, oh, I'm just fucking it up with the words today. Just like you'll just be more likely to just engage with all the other signs and actually come to a full circle conclusion and experience all signs on one aspect of something. Like this sign is pushing you to experience your thoughts, and like all of these thoughts that like you brush past, and pick out one and actually go full circle with it and experience this through all perspectives, so you can actually have this proper categorization of how you look at people or whatever you're trying to think about, wherever you're trying to engage with, and just actually come to a full, like I said, a full circle conclusion, so you can actually be like, oh, okay, I've seen this from all sides, I know this from all sides because I'm capable of seeing it from all sides. That's the point. You can be your fixated thought type of person like Aquarius, or you can be a relatable person like Libra. But you have the ability to mix both, so why not try? Anyways, I was writing down the technicals, man. I'm going off on a tangent, man. Fucking Gemini. But yeah, Sagittarius is the sign of mutable fire, which means you're adaptable and changeable to different ways of seeing and feeling things. And then basically that placed in Earth, it's not the best Earth placement, but it's not the worst. And it's meant to, like I said, it's meant to, make you see how your manifestations are coming to you from many different perspectives, and really ask the why questions behind all of these ideas that come across you. And you don't have to analyze all of them, but you got to pick out a couple and eventually just go, I guess that's why. Anyways, peace.